Here are 10 assistive tools that make transferring out of bed easier. You need to know this because getting manually lifted isn't the safest option for you or your carers. I also threw a few bonus interesting ones at the end. These aren't as commonly used, but they can be so useful for specific people and situations. So the first in the list is using a walker as a support. There's different types of walkers, one with 4 wheels, 2 wheels, no wheels. The less wheels in the walker, the more stable they are. You can also use walkers that support you from the forearms for even more support. If none of these work, there is your slide board. If you've got strength in your upper body, then you can do this yourself, but there's also options where your carers help you with this. So now we're starting to move up the price brackets for these assistive technologies. Here is your Sarah Steady. This is for you if you can still stand up and sit down, and you can stay balanced while you get moved while you're in this. There's another version of this called the Return Frame, where you get strapped into a standing position while you do the transfer. But if you can't stand up by yourself and you don't have carers to help you do this, there is the stand-up lifter or hoist. This machine lifts you up into a standing position, which then allows your carer to transfer you. So now here are some options if you can't weight bear or stand. You can use this floor hoist, which is quite safe, but it can be uncomfortable in some positions. And it can be challenging for the carers if the floor is not smooth. But there is another version that solves this problem, which is the ceiling hoist. So there's no need to drag a heavy piece of equipment along the ground. It's a lot easier to maneuver, but it does cost a lot more. And now for some bonuses. If you can't sit up, but you just need to go from one bed to the other, then you can use this Pat Slide. This is more commonly used by paramedics. There's also this transfer chair, which looks great, but it only really works if you're going from bed to bathroom and back. It's not that practical if you have to transfer into a chair with armrest. But what do you do if you're in the community and you don't have access to these big bulky equipment? There's this thing called the Able Sling, which gives you the freedom to transfer from wheelchair to wheelchair. It's great for transferring in the plane, but you do need strong and reliable carers for this to work. If you're not sure which one of these you should be using, just reach out to a physiotherapist and they should be able to guide you through this.